All right, without wasting any time, in this video, I'm gonna be showing you guys how to mantle jump, okay? I'm gonna be breaking this down into 3 different steps, and it's very important that you follow each step after another because they build on each other. By the way, and I'm gonna be practicing with you guys on controller, but this is going to be for controller and mouse and keyboard, but I'm doing it on controller because a lot of people don't think it's possible on controller, but it absolutely is. All right, the first thing you wanna do is you wanna come to this zip line right here, right? This area in the firing range, and the reason we wanna do that is because we're gonna be jumping onto that ledge from the zip line. We're going to be doing a super jump and mantle jump from the zip line to this ledge, and that's actually the only way to get up there. So that's how you know whether you're doing the super jump / mantle jump correctly. Okay, if you don't know where this is, I'm gonna run to the front of the firing range and show you guys real quick. Okay, so this is where you spawn in, right in this tunnel. You're gonna slide down, and you see this balloon right over here. You're gonna head straight for that balloon. Okay, now that we're under the balloon, so this is the tower that we were looking at, and if you turn around, there's going to be a bridge right over here. You're going to cross this bridge, and this is where the zip line is. All right, the first thing we need to do is we need to practice the super jump. If you don't know, a mantle jump is pretty much just a super jump off of a mantle, okay? So you can do it in motion. So in order to do a super jump, if you didn't know, you need to be pressing interact on a zip line, and then A twice after that, really fast, okay? So just so you can see kind of what it looks like without anything special, a super jump is gonna look like that, and you can jump all the way from there to up here with a super jump. I didn't do anything special other than what I told you. Interact, A, really quickly though, okay? So for step number 1, you wanna look at the zip line. You wanna come up to the zip line on this side, and you're gonna turn around so the zip line is at your back and the ledge is in front of you. And all you're gonna do is look straight up so that you can see the interact button up there. And then you're gonna be doing exactly what I just did, all right? You're gonna be pressing interact, AA, really quickly, okay? If you do that correctly, you'll be able to climb up here. Now, if you don't actually mantle up here, it's just because you're not pressing forward, but as long as your head hits this ledge, then you're doing it correctly, okay? So doing it again. Okay? So now doing it one more time, I'm gonna hold my controller up to the microphone so you can kind of hear the tempo that I'm pressing the buttons, okay? Remember, I'm pressing 3 buttons. So you're gonna hear 3 clicks, and you need to hear how fast I'm clicking them because you're doing it really quickly, okay? Ready? Okay? It's really fast. Bop, bop, bop. By the way, a little side note, if you're using a controller with paddles, like me, I do have paddles on my controller, I suggest actually not using your paddles, okay? I suggest using the primary buttons. The reason for this being is paddles do have a slight delay, okay? And you wanna be clicking the buttons as fast as possible, so I suggest using your primary buttons for this. So once you get this step down, you're kinda able to do this super jump up to the ledge pretty consistently. We're gonna go ahead and move on to the second step. All right, in the second step, basically what we're gonna wanna do is we're gonna practice doing a super jump off of a mantle. And the second step actually has 2 parts. So the first part is go ahead and get in your mantle position. So now that we're in our mantle position, I want you to go ahead and start by looking up, okay? We're gonna do baby steps. This is gonna be the first step of step 2, okay? And all you're gonna do is you're gonna climb the wall, and then as you're climbing, you're gonna pull back a little bit or tap back if you're using mouse and keyboard a little bit, and then do your super jump, okay? It's gonna look like this. Okay, and then you should be able to make it up here. So once you're able to kind of get that down pretty consistently, we can go ahead and move on to part 2 of step 2. All right, for part 2 of step number 2, we're gonna be back in our mantle position, but we're actually gonna be starting by looking forward because what we wanna do is we wanna practice looking up while in motion. So we're gonna climb up, and then as we're climbing up, we're gonna look up and then do our super jump, okay? Okay, so it's gonna look kind of like that, all right? So try to get that down a couple times in a row. So if you can get that down pretty consistently, the last step now is to put that all together while riding the zip line, okay? So we're gonna start on the bottom. What we're gonna do is we're gonna ride the zip line, mantle, and then just do the rest of our steps, okay? And then super jump and all that. All right, so let's go ahead and give it a try here. And if you do it correctly, that's what it's gonna look like, okay? Now the biggest tip I have for you if you're struggling kind of at this point is a lot of people will start pulling back on their left stick or pushing the S arrow if you're on mouse and keyboard too early, okay? So you need to hold forward to climb longer than you think, okay? You don't necessarily have to finish the entire mantle. So if you're having trouble, try holding it a little bit longer before you push back and then doing your super jump, and then hopefully that helps you out. I don't know, this is probably a shorter video, but I know a lot of people struggle with mantle jumps, and some people even think it's impossible if you're on controller doing it. Again, this entire time I've been on controller just to show you guys that it is very possible. Hopefully this video helped you out, and if it did help you out, think about dropping a subscribe. And if you are interested in learning how to super glide step by step, okay, I break it down for you so you can hit it every time, click on this video right over here. Other than that, I'll see you in the next video. Turn this shit off.